What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, it's a continuation of the first drop of the week. We're going to be doing the ratio charts of individual coins. So if you like today's video, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. 65% of y'all are not subscribed. If you enjoy it, subscribe. I appreciate it. Hey, let's get into the video. So we got Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So if you haven't seen a chart like this, if you haven't, if you're new to the channel, right, we go over these charts. I got a bunch of these charts, right? This is a subscriber request. Shout out to EZ, right? This is the overall strength, right? This isn't Bitcoin dominance. This is the Ethereum price versus the Bitcoin price over the span of however long they've been in circulation, okay? And so what we have here is we have a very, very, very large, more so, you know, transition phase. Just, I would only want to say reaccumulation. I think reaccumulation has been at certain points, like maybe through here, maybe a little bit right through here, and then a lot down through here, a little bit through here. Just, it just doesn't mean that Ethereum has been going down the whole time. It just, Bitcoin has been outgaining Ethereum. That's just how it is, right? And so, kind of something similar through here, right? Something similar through here happened, and something similar through here. But as you can see, it typically rebounds. I mean, we're 2 for 2, right? So if we're going off of history, right? If we're going off of history, we're 2 for 2, tit for tat. And if you look at that, we got 5 waves up. We got a consolidation going on. We got a bull flag going on, and we got a breakout coming this week. Everything is lining up for this week. The last week of October, right? Next week. Everything is. Hey, if you don't believe me and you're here because Ethereum's in the title or Chainlink or whatever, go watch the first video. I covered the overall crypto market, right? So we're narrowing down, right? We're narrowing down. We started the macro overall crypto market, what it looks like. Now we're just going down to individual coins relative to Bitcoin, and then I'll drop individual coin videos. Okay, so this is a ratio video. Okay, so this isn't going to show. This doesn't mean that Ethereum is going down. This just means that Bitcoin is going down less or it's going up more. That's all it means. But we're coming up to a point where you got to make a decision. It doesn't have to be up, but you have to make a decision, right? You have to make a decision. You came up through here, right? You tried to get up through here, you got up, fake out, right? Tried to bounce right there. That's why I have the line right there. All those people who don't like it, that's what it is there for. Came down, tried to get above it, then bounced. Now you're coming back down, right? It just looks beautiful. Honestly, the whole structure of it looks beautiful because you have a V shape, and now you're oscillating down, right? People are just accumulating Ethereum. If you're selling Ethereum right now, I don't know, maybe at 4,800 if you want to take, I'm not a financial advisor, right? This isn't financial advice. Maybe 10%, 25%, 30% to buy back down, buy your price back down. But right now, I think selling is risky because you run the chance of FOMO. And nobody wants to FOMO, right? Especially if you held Ethereum through this whole time, then you sell it and then it goes crazy. You're gonna try to buy back. It's miserable. So have this chart on here. It's Ethereum / Bitcoin. It's a great chart, and this thing looks like it wants to go crazy. Okay, let's get moving with this. Right, we got some levels to the upside we need to get above. And so right now, the Fu Manchu is ready. It's ready. Fu Manchu is ready. Do we have? No, we did not. I thought we had some kind of bearish divergence, but now it's flattening out, right? So remember you go down, sideways, up. So we're going sideways right now. We've been going sideways since about, I'll say right here, so it's September. It's almost November, right? It's almost November, so a couple weeks just going sideways. Okay, 3-day chart. Got a green dot on the 3-day chart down low. The last time we had one down low, you ripped, right? These couple actually didn't really produce anything, right? So it's not always the case, right? You had the move right through here, green dot. What do we do? Broke out of the moving average. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye out on what we're doing with this. I'll look at this. I'll look at all these charts. Maybe Wednesday. When does this close? Oh, this closes today. Okay, cool. So that means it closes today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be the next closing day. So I can look at these on Thursday to see how we interacted with this. But yeah, today's a big day, right? This 3-day chart looks nice. Let me look at this. You are finding a little resistance at that 20, but everything is still below the 200. Everything is below the 200, which we can rock and roll. Right? The first step is getting that 20 above. And the last time the 20 crossed above the 200, we got a crazy move, I guarantee you. Yeah, we got a big move. Crossed right here. I'm going to say right there. Yep, right there. We got that big move right there. Okay. It went up 35% relatively speaking, right? I mean, you had a correction. You had a correction, and then it did it again right here. All right, so 35% right there. We'll go from right here. 60% right there. I mean, that's huge. 60%. That is crazy. What did we do through here? So we had 35, we had 60%. So what did we do through here? We did 145%. So we did 48%, 65%. So from April to about August, when Ethereum was going crazy, that's what we could see coming up, right? And the fact that this is already set up nicely, it's already set up, you're coming off of a low. I'm thinking it's going to be more towards that 60%, 65, 70%. I can't get rid of these, can I? I drew all over this. My bad. Sometimes I realize how much I'm drawing all over the charts, and I'm like, dude, figure it out. I think it's going to be a bigger percentage. I think with what's going on right now with the macro, what's going on right now with a bunch of just trade deals, things like that, I think it's going to be big. I do. I think it's going to be something like this. Something like that. Right? Something like that. So we will see on that for Ethereum. It does look good. This is on the weekly, so it's a very strong chart. And so let me see. Let me check one more on the daily, because it is the most important. I mean, Ethereum, once Ethereum goes, then we're going to go. Yeah, I mean, by the end of, by next week. So it doesn't have to be this week, even by next week. Right? Next week. That's just an idea, right? It doesn't have to happen. It's just an idea. Okay? So there we go for that. RSI looks nice. Looks good. Let me see. Oh, boom, right there. So you're right at it. Right at it. See if we break out. We're going to go to Jasmy. We're going to go to Jasmy. Jasmy is at the lowest point it has ever been. Jasmy is at, I'm going to repeat that. I gotta redo these, right? Actually, I'm going to redo this one. I'm going to leave this one. Because, I mean, you're right at it once again. Jasmy is at the lowest price it has ever been relative to Bitcoin. This is crazy, right? This is crazy. This thing is getting ready. I think Jasmy's getting ready to shock the world. The fact that you've done this before, where you just sold off like crazy, and then you had a crazy immaculate run. This is going to be one of those coins, I believe, right? And so based off of what this is, this RSI is probably down low. It is. It's low. You got a green dot on the weekly. Hasn't amounted to much, right? You had a green week there. You had a green 2 weeks there. Let me see. You had green. You had green. I mean, you finished green. That was a great week right there. That was a great week right there. Um, I mean, hey, I assume we're gonna finish green this week. That's what it's telling me. And the fact that we're red now is even better because it's building on the week, right? It's building on the week. I'm gonna see if you get above this, and so I'll just leave this as is right now. The RSI looks, I mean, it looks you're just kind of going sideways. There's not much left to go down. I can put something down through here to see what we're doing down through here. Maybe when's the last time we had a big bounce right there? I'll put it right there. Not much interaction anywhere else. About right there, that bounce. I'm looking at this bounce now. We had a bounce there, bounce there. We went right below. Maybe we interact with this because we had a bounce through here. This was in July. This was March, November. I mean, there's multiple bounce angles, but I'll just leave that right there. Let's go on the 3-day. Oh, I got a separate one. Nice, 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 nice. At this point, I think I'm just gonna leave this. I mean, this is, let me see here. This isn't on anything else, right? 1 day, let me get rid of that. Yeah, the fact that you closed down below there, I mean, this is the lowest it's ever been. I do want to get some kind of trend line. This it doesn't look like an actual trend. Something like that, something like that, something like that. Let's get both of those like that. Bingo. Cool. I'll leave that right there like that. So, yeah, get back into it. Try to work above it. You had a breakdown, but we'll see. All right, the week should be finishing up green. We have a green dot. That looks, I mean, the last time you were oversold, you went crazy in April. You almost got oversold in October. I mean, pretty much same levels. All these areas down through here, I mean, you had a bounce, little bounce, bounce, bounce. Expecting a bounce, right? I mean, just expecting a bounce. So this probably is green. No, it's red on the daily. Interesting. That's interesting. I do like this structure. I do like this, right? Coming up and doing this. Right, finding a, let's put something up here like this. I know I'm not doing a lot of the like fib levels or anything like that. I'll go down into the individual coins and do that. I'm just kind of looking at trends and what's looking good. I like that right there. There we go. Something like that. Close, stay above that, close above that, and then you get to work through here at the bottom of it, which is good. And you can bounce, hit it. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what it looks like. That's what it's building up to be. So we'll move on. Chain link. Go to the weekly. What do we have here? I don't know how this got here or what this was, but this had to have been moved. Is it on a different chart? The monthly maybe? No, I don't know what happened. This thing got moved. I don't know how or where from, but I mean, this is a downtrend for sure, like a nice methodical downtrend. What about through here? Doesn't matter. I mean, we broke out of it. I just kind of want to see it right there, something like that. We broke out of it, finding support right at this line we drew a long time ago. I don't know why that got moved, but finding support right at it. Wow, I haven't looked at this chart in a long time. Tried to find support through there, fell through. Trying to bounce right through here. This does, I mean, overall, right? You got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5 does look impulsive. I said I wasn't going to draw fib lines, but I got to check it out real quick. I mean, that 2618, so that looks good. That looks good. Let's come down through here. Wow, right to the 2. So yeah, the third wave was more impulsive somehow. It got higher. Relative, right? Because it's the third wave got to the 2618, and then the fifth wave got to the 2 of the third wave. So, I mean, I like the 5 waves up. We've come down in 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So overall, from the low to the high, where are we? Nowhere really. Right below the 0.5. Nowhere really, honestly. Not really anywhere significant, right? So overall, I mean, if this is a 1, 2, 3, that's a 4th, and then we get up for a 5th. That could be possible. Let's see if that is the case. If there's anything significant. So the second wave low to the high. 618 bouncing above it. Not really too significant, but overall it does look bullish. It actually does. It looks like you're ready to do, like you've kind of doing something like this, and boom. All right, come down, boom. There has to be a, get above this 200-day moving average for sure. So overall, just kind of looking at the structure of things, I think it looks ready soon, especially maybe come down through here and then go something like that. So let me see on the Fu Manchu, you can see a little bit of momentum going down to the downside, right? RSI's, I mean, it's going sideways. Price is going sideways, RSI is going sideways. Green dot on the 3-day. It's another green dot on the 3-day. So we have Jasmy, I think Ethereum, and Chainlink, all green dots on 3 days. Going sideways now. So where are we? Did we cross? We did cross. So I don't know if you can see that. So that 20 crossed the 100. Looks like it wants to. It's angled to cross down below the 50, which would put some downward pressure on Chainlink for sure. But just on the daily, right? The fact that you've come down, it's not like a V, but you almost have it almost looks like it wants to do this, something like this. So, I mean, with how it kind of looks a little bit weak, it kind of looks like it wants to drop a little bit more, but things will change. Things can change, especially if this area can't hold through here. Maybe a little bit more to the downside, but nothing crazy. I think Chainlink looks like it wants to break out, especially with the green dot, and then just kind of living down through here. Look at all this action. That's action, Jackson. That's like through here. You had that run up. A lot of stuff through here. Look at all that down through there, and you had a run up. So a lot of action down here. I'm thinking this thing's getting ready to run. Maybe a little drop today, maybe a little drop tomorrow, and then we start moving up. So Chainlink, I like it. Let me draw a trend line on the RSI. Do I want to capture that one, or do I want to capture that one? I think I want to capture that one right there. Yep, right there. Capture some fake outs, big rejection points, because that was definitely a fake out. Lower high, fake out. Yeah. Let's see if we can bounce off this on the daily. I'll check that out. I want to make sure this is on every chart. Perfect. Okay, going down to XLM BTC, right? XLM BTC. Wow, this thing has fallen through the floor. This thing fell through the floor, right? We had a level of 321. I don't even know how many zeros that is. What, 5 zeros? 321 fell through the floor. Not great, but it happened, right? It happened. I can redo this for sure. I mean, this That's not going to work. Definitely not going to work, right? Definitely not at this point. At this point, like we're coming like right there. Boom, we're doing something like this at this point. Because right, the idea is now that we were in A, B, C. Some kind of flat pattern, right? Where you have a higher low. Okay. I mean, this is on Coinbase, on the Binance chart, whatever, it came all the way, it took out the low. So let's remember that, right? So we do have that, and then let's check this out. I do like that right there. Boom, it's catching both of those. Cool. Something like that, right? Something like that. Just, I don't like how steep this has become, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row. 7 weeks in a row. I mean, through here, we didn't have 7 in a row. We had 3, and we had a doji. I mean, we can count this as 7. That's not, I mean, that's a neutral week. It's not a green. I mean, it is green, but it's pretty neutral. So that's 7 weeks. 7 weeks in a row is kind of a lot, right? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a week. 7 and a week, 7 and a week, right? Something like this. That'd be bad. That'd be bad. But I don't think so. I don't think so. No, no, no. No, we got the Fu Manchu down low. Got the Fu Manchu down low. Overall price looks like it's getting ready to go to takeoff mode based off of, let me check this out. Right there. Because I look at this routinely. This RSI, right? This bounce right here off this RSI is going to be, it's going to be crazy. This is looking just like 2017. 2017, you know, on the actual charts, it has the same thing. Same thing. But not on the Bitcoin ratio. I don't have that. I don't have the, what is it called? The historical data on it. 3-day, let's look at the 3-day. Oh, I got 2 going on now. I messed that up, so let's go back through here. Make sure this is still on the 3-day. Boom, 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 boom. And boom. Cool, cool. 3-day broke down right through there. I mean, nothing too crazy to expect. I don't like how these are so close like that. I don't, if I'm being honest. And this doesn't mean that XLM is going to go down. It just means, relatively speaking, Bitcoin looks like it wants to run up, while Stellar maybe, you know, takes a back seat. You know, takes a back seat, doesn't go up much. Maybe XRP runs first, then Stellar. It was kind of the opposite last time. Last time it was, actually, I think Stellar ran first. Either way, they usually run in tandem. So either way, right, we're going to look at XRP. And so we'll update that as well. Boom, boom. Something like that. Let's capture that one too. So that was a little bounce right there. Cool. And I will not extend it. I don't know why that bothers me sometimes. It just does. You don't need it on the weekly. Cool. So, I mean, that RSI has fallen off the cliff. We're looking to bounce. I mean, this thing is 3-day. Yep, 3-day. There we go. I mean, it's going to be hard to draw a trend line just based off of how steep this has fallen off, because I do want to get some interaction points. It's almost like I have to like draw it through here first, and then we'll see. You know what I'm going to do? There we go. Perfect. A little bit higher angle. Perfecto. Cool. So Stellar, you got a green dot on the 3-day. Still looking like, you know, it's the same concept with everything else. Still kind of looking like these charts kind of want to go down a little bit. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, and then start going up to the upside. And then last but not least, we have XRP. XRP looks very strong. Very strong. I mean, that's the Binance chart for XLM I didn't have on. But this right here looks nice, right through here. That looks very nice. Looks very, very, very nice. So I think, XRP is set up to hold its ground against Bitcoin. I don't know if it's gonna go on a crazy, crazy run, but I think it's definitely gonna hold its ground. I do think XRP in the future is going to be worth a lot of money, and when it does correct after this market, I will be getting in heavily into XRP. But I mean, it's already gone from like 50 cents up to 350. So that $6 to $10 range. I mean, it's still a huge percentage. Don't get me wrong. Something like that. Bingo. On the weekly, I mean, you got a green dot on the weekly. Last time, green dot, green dot. So that's why I'm not too worried about XLM. If XRP is looking good, XLM will be fine, and vice versa, right? They run pretty much together. There is a little phase, or not phase, but area through here, right? You've come down, get up through here would be very nice. You've done it multiple times, got down below. It's kind of just been the area where it's kind of, the median right now. A lot of resistance. Okay. And it's right there. It's not very far away. The RSI, the price action of the EMAs, right? You still have the 100 below the 200, which would spark a large rally or a large move. And so overall, right, I mean, XRP on the weekly, I like it. I like it a lot. 3-day has been green. It's been green, but you kind of got to get, unless, right, because the fact that it's kind of just creeping up like this, it's just doing this slow roll. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, if you're going to go, you got to go and then flag out, and then go and then flag out. You can't just creep up like that, because you're going to get rejected and then go. So maybe it's going to, take the shape of stellar. Maybe it rejects a little bit here and then moves up. But yeah, you got to get big candles out of these areas, or else it just looks something like this right here. Something like this. Something like that. You hit it, rejected. Something like this. Rejected, right? It's the same concept over and over and over again. So let me see through here, right? I mean, but the RSI on the 3 days trying to break out on the 3-day. It's closing today with the 2-day. Yeah, Mondays are usually the big day for the 3 and the 2-day, just because they're each closing. I do like that with the green dot closing. I do. Green dot closing above the RSI. Green dot moving above the RSI, had a big move. Green dot moved above the RSI, right? Took a couple days, but then you did. So maybe a big candle is due. Maybe a big candle around the corner. I do like that idea. Wow, now that is beautiful. This RSI just right here, the fact that we were on the RSI, that looks good. Don't waste it. Don't come down like that. Don't have a lower high now. Get up and get a higher high. Please don't have a lower high, because then that's just a wasted bounce. All right, beautiful bounce. Beautiful bounce. Structure looks nice. Bouncing almost off the 20-day. Okay, so yeah, overall, I mean, a lot of the ratio charts, they look ready to move. They do. They look ready to move. They're down low on the RSIs. They're low on the Fu Manchus. These are areas where you look to, I'm not a financial advisor, but buy. Right? You're buying at levels like this, and you're waiting for the RSI to get up, overbought. Everything's overbought. Fu Manchu's overbought. Right? Stochastic is overbought. And so nowhere near that, right? Nowhere near that. You got up through here in November. Look at that. You got up through a little bit in July. You're nowhere near that. Nowhere near that on the weekly. So yeah, I do like the XRP chart the most out of all of them, and I don't own any XRP, so I'm just cutting it how it is. That's what it looks like. And so these are a little bit of the ratio charts compared to Bitcoin. things look ready to move compared to Bitcoin, and we can see that in Bitcoin dominance, and we can see that in the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has moved up. We'll see if it continues to move up, and then other assets just start to go crazy after that. So we'll let Bitcoin run for a little bit. Maybe these charts drop slightly. That doesn't mean the prices of the asset is dropping. That just means Bitcoin is outperforming said asset. So I just want to make sure you're not confused. So if you like today's video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. 60% of you are not subscribed, so please subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton, and it's free for you. So as always, thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Peace.